In our last video, we told you about the countries where PDA will get you in serious trouble. You guys said that was wild. Well, we weren't done.
Because what happens behind closed doors, that is a whole different charge.
These are the top 5 countries where premarital sex is illegal. What up, what up, what up? What's happening? Hello, que miente. Welcome to Love, Purpose, and Passports. Hope all is well and all are passport ready or passport getting ready. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Pro for you, living in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, in this beautiful Dominicana that I like to call my wife because she is my wife. Yay. Looking beautiful over here. Goodness.
Thank you. Que lindo. Thank you. Woo.
No, I'm about to get arrested in this video. It's like the last one. Miss Pro for you.
Hello. Saludos.
How you doing today, Miss Pro?
I am doing very good. I'm super excited about what we're going to talk about today. And it is scary and funny and all of the above all together.
It is.
And enlightening.
So, you guys like the last one?
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't catch it, top 5 countries where PDA is illegal. You know, I won't be visiting any of those countries. I stay involved, in PDA.
Okay.
Public displays, private displays, all those PDAs. So this time we're counting down. 5 to number 1. The countries where what you do in private, when Netflix comes on, can cost you in public.
And we're not talking about a fine for little kissy-kissies or smoochies in the street either.
We're talking about what happens after the door closes. Some of these consequences, you'll see, you're not ready. So, Miss Pro, who are we starting with?
We are starting at number 5 with Egypt.
Egypt. So, okay. Pyramids, history, the Nile, the Egyptian lover. Beautiful country.
So Egypt doesn't have a single law that explicitly says premarital sex is illegal.
Okay.
What they have instead are broad marital statutes. And the courts have shown that they will absolutely use them.
Broad morality statutes. So there's no specific line? The judge just decides that you crossed it?
Exactly. And here's a story that tells you everything you need to know about how serious Egypt is about this. So, in 2017, a TV host named Doa Salah was the host of the Dodi show on Al Nahar TV. Sorry if I mispronounced that. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison.
For what?
Get this. For discussing premarital sex on her show. So she wore like a fake baby bump, and then she asked her audience if they'd ever consider having sex before marriage. And then on top of that, she talked about single motherhood as a choice that you should have.
Trying to be like the US.
Oh.
So a costume and a conversation?
3 years in prison, mi amor. She was convicted, get this, of inciting immorality and debauchery. The court said her show threatened the fabric of Egyptian family life.
Debauchery.
Debauchery.
That wasn't even fun enough to be debauchery. The fabric of Egyptian family life.
Okay, and she was not the first. Egyptian courts have used these morality statutes repeatedly. The law doesn't have to name what you did specifically if a judge decides you crossed a moral line. Frankly, that's it. That's enough. That's all they need.
So you don't even know exactly which line you crossed until you're already in handcuffs.
Yep, you crossed it. That's it.
Look, Egypt is number 5. And that's just talking about it that gets you a charge.
Mhm.
So who else has made it to our list of places you may not make it back from?
So number 4 is Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Mhm.
I can't even say I'm surprised. See, I'm starting to see a pattern. If the country ends in stan, you already know it's a no-go
Oh no.
for those type of activities.
Well, it turns out that Pakistan operates under what's called a hudud ordinances. Now, this was passed in 1979 to bring Pakistani law in line with Islamic law. Under the Zina Ordinance, premarital sex is a criminal offense against the state. So it's not a moral issue, it's a state issue.
Oh, the state is in your business like that?
They are.
Imagine being on probation for premarital sex and you got to go in every week so they can test your... Yeah, never mind.
No, but the state is definitely in your business like that. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Okay. To actually convict someone at the highest level, you need 4 witnesses to the actual act. What? They have to be 4 adult witnesses, get this, who watched it happen.
So 4 people have to be watching for it to count in court.
Well, for the maximum penalty, yeah.
So the law requires an audience, but they have to make sure they're not watching with lust. According to our last video. I have so many questions about who those 4 people are and why they're all in the same place at the same time, about to watch the same thing go down.
Without lust, exactly. And here's the thing. Because the standard is so hard to meet, the law ended up being used in a completely different direction. So women who reported being, let's just call it taken by force, couldn't prove it. And their own report was treated as an admission to unlawful sex.
So you report a crime and become an accomplice?
Yeah, man, that's exactly what happened. Human rights organizations documented that at its peak, up to 80% of women in Pakistani prisons were there on charges connected to these ordinances.
80%? Wow. So I'm starting to get nervous. We still have 3 to go, and these 2 are wilder than the actual act. But let's do it, beautiful lady.
So number 3 is your home, the United States of America.
Oh, no.
Yep. So multiple states in the United States had fornication laws, which is a legal term for premarital sex, on the books going all the way back to the 1800s. And as late as the 1970s, 14 states still had active statutes making it a crime.
Making it a crime. So fornication is a legal term.
Fornication is, yeah, that's the legality.
We can say fornication in court and not get arrested.
No, I think I don't know. I don't know.
But 14 states, in the 1970s, while people were out here hippieing and everything else in the 70s.
Well, technically committing crimes in 14 states. Yeah.
So what were the penalties?
Okay, so fines, jail time, and in some of those states, the jail time was up to 6 months. 6
months? Under normal conditions, I would be appalled. But after number 1 and number 2, it just doesn't feel so bad, does it?
Okay, I know. But okay, so here's the kicker, right? Some of these states, they never clean that up. Right now, today, Idaho, Illinois, Massachusetts, Mississippi, South Carolina, and Utah still have fornication laws sitting on their books.
Wow. Imagine a state called Idaho having fornication laws on the books. Just doesn't make sense.
Mississippi actually fought a lawsuit over its unconstitutional sex laws super hard, and they ended up paying over $400,000 in legal fees rather than just take the law off the books.
Wow. They paid $400,000 to keep a law that they couldn't even enforce.
But here's the good news for everybody living in those 6 states.
Yes, please. They deserve some good news.
So in 2003, the Supreme Court, they step in. Lawrence versus Texas ruled that private, consensual sexual conduct between adults is protected under the Constitution. Effectively, it shut down every single one of these laws overnight.
So you hear that? It's your constitutional right to partake in bedroom activities.
I mean, that is kind of essentially what they said, even though the way you said it sounded, I don't know, inappropriate. But yeah, that's kind of what they said.
So even though the U.S. made the list, the Supreme Court had your back. 6 states, though, they still haven't taken it off the books yet. Y'all know who y'all are. Man, there's been some twists and turns getting to this point in this video. Beautiful lady of mine, what's number 2?
Number 2 happens to be Malaysia.
Malaysia? All that good Malaysian they used to sell, and now they have something to say?
Okay, so Malaysia has a dual legal system. They have a civil law for non-Muslims, and they have Sharia law for Muslims, who make up the majority of the population. Now, under Sharia, premarital sex is a criminal offense, and you can get up to 6 months in prison for it.
Okay. 6 months, kind of like what the U.S. was giving, you know. But yeah, that's still kind of serious, though, because I bet they're still trying to enforce it over there. But what makes Malaysia number 2?
All right, well, the crime, it isn't just the act. There's a specific offense called kalwat. I may be mispronouncing it, but I think it's kalwat, which means close proximity. So being alone together in a private space, unmarried, is a crime all by itself.
Dang, so, I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Nope, you don't have to do anything. The door closes, yeah, that's enough. Big trouble in Little China.
Close that door, violation.
And you were right. Malaysia doesn't just have the law, they enforce it with a scheduled operation.
I knew it. I knew it was something.
So check this out. Every single year on Valentine's Day, authorities run what they call Operation Valentine. So
haters.
They raid budget hotels, like their own little version of cabañas, and then they knock on the doors and they arrest unmarried couples for sharing rooms.
So every year, they're gearing up on Valentine's Day like, okay, squad, let's get these romantic fornicators out of here.
And in one documented Operation Valentine, 26 unmarried Muslim couples were arrested in one single night in just one city. 26
couples in one night. They were getting busy.
And it happened again just this year. In January 2026, a divorced couple who was trying to rekindle their relationship was arrested in a hotel room. They used to be married to each other, but they're not married, and they tried to, like, I don't know, get back together or something and got caught.
Just hating on the couple, trying to do the right thing. I mean, they had already been married at least once, you know, to each other. Got arrested for being in the room together.
Well, the religious department's official response was that the law applies regardless of your history together.
Hey, it's just like in those movies. You know how when a person checks into the room and they walk off, the guy behind the counter picks up the phone like, they ain't here.
We got a couple too.
We got a couple.
They have different last names, so
we got
I didn't
one.
see the wedding rings.
I didn't see any wedding rings. Look, in Malaysia, the law does not care about your love story, It doesn't care about your history. It only cares about one thing or not doing one thing.
They care about, are you married right now, tonight, at this moment?
That's it. I thought Malaysia was cool. I almost don't want to know, but I know you guys do want to know. Beautiful lady of mine, what is number one?
Number one, Nigeria.
What? Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Okay. Let's see what Nigeria's been hiding from us.
Okay. So, 12 states in northern Nigeria operate under Sharia law. And under Sharia, sex outside of marriages is not just illegal. The punishment is death by stoning. Stoning.
Death. Usually it's not death by getting stoned.
Wait. Huh? And this is not just on paper. In 2002, a woman named Amina Lawal was sentenced to death by stoning by a Sharia court in Katsina State. Her evidence? She had a baby outside of marriage.
The baby was the evidence again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if there was ever any evidence, that would be it. But,
Yeah, so the baby was indeed the evidence. Now look, here's another part. The man that she named as the father, he denied it. And he denied it on the Quran. So he was released. She was sentenced to be buried up to her neck and then stoned to death.
Ouch.
Can you imagine that?
Buried. Up to your neck. They wild out there.
And the courts agreed to wait until she finished breastfeeding her daughter before carrying out the sentence.
They scheduled it around the baby's feeding schedule. Do not go there.
And fornicate. No.
No, and definitely don't fornicate.
So this case actually went international. Over 1.2 million protest emails flooded the Nigerian ambassador's office. President Bill Clinton personally pleaded for her release. The Miss World pageant was scheduled to be held in Nigeria that year. 22 contestants boycotted it, specifically because of Amina Lawal.
I mean, the whole world had to step in for that one.
And eventually, her sentence was overturned on appeal in 2003. She went free.
Thank God. I mean, she got out. But the law that put her in there?
Yeah, that one is still on the books in 12 states. Nigeria is number one, and it's not even close.
Yeah, they took the cake with that one. Don't go to Nigeria. And I'm starting to believe if you're Muslim, don't say you're Muslim.
Oh.
The Sharia law is not playing. Tell them you're a Christian or you don't believe in God. Tell them anything but that. Because they're not playing with you.
And you want to go live. And you want to go live.
They're not playing, man. They are not playing with these guys. Okay, so here we go. Yeah. The law is the law, and you will be subject to it. Do your research, and here's your public announcement. Know before you go.
And if you enjoyed this video, you are going to love episode 3 in the new series, They Date Like That, where we're exploring someplace different.
A place where young women actually pay men, a company, to hang out, to get that date feel. Everybody acts like that's completely normal. But before we get into that, we want you to like and subscribe. Love, Purpose, and Passport. Love, Purpose, and PDA. Love, Purpose, and Premarital.
Fornication.
Peace.